Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we have a MG ZS EV with us. It's a nice blue color. This is a full electric vehicle. So today we'll do a review of this vehicle. So Luan, tell us a bit more about this vehicle.
Yeah, so this is the MG ZS EV, and it has around about 320 kilometers of range, which is quite enough for a daily EV SUV. It has about 130 kilowatts of power with 280 Newton meters of torque, and we'll be showing you a lot about the features of the car and what it's like to live with, what it's like to drive, and also some of the really advanced features that this car comes with. So join us today and enjoy the review.
Okay, let's look at the exterior of this lovely MG EV. So the front end looks quite nice and sculptured. We have the charger point right here, you can see. There's a little gauge here to show you how much the battery is charged. Nice MG logo. There's a front camera right here.
And a radar sensor as well at the front.
Radar sensor right here for the adaptive cruise control, I believe.
Yep.
It's quite nice how they have these quite sporty vents here. These vents are actually functional. Actually, the air would go through here and come out from a little vent right here. So you can see this venting here. So I believe this is to reduce the drag from the front end of the car, which is quite nice. Overall, it's a very nice looking EV. It's a compact EV. It's not very large in terms of its size. Over here on the side, you can see there's side camera here for the 360 view. We've got some chrome trims around the door and the handle here, just to give it a bit more layering to the coloring of the car, which is quite nice.
Looks really nice, yeah. I really like the look of it, especially with this blue color. It really pops, and it means that, you know, you're actually really happy to own this car, I think. Right.
So the rear end, tail lights, quite nice wraparound, and it has a lot of depth to it. Quite sculptured. You can see it's quite deep, so it has this sculptured look inside, which is very nice actually. These are not functional. I believe they are just for aesthetic purposes, but again, it makes the whole back end, there's more details to it and makes it a bit more sculptured. So what we have here is the Essence version, which is different from the Excite version of this vehicle. So the Essence version is a higher grade. So it comes with this nice, lovely roof rail here. It has the blind spot monitoring system, which you can shows you right here on the side mirrors. And it comes with the rear traffic warning system as well.
And also with the Essence package, the interior is different as well. So with the Essence package, you get this faux leather. So it's not real leather, but it is really nice quality. And that doesn't come with the Excite, which is the base model.
Okay, let's move to the back and show you the boot of the MG. So you open it by pressing this cap here and pull it up. So quite a nice and deep boot space for a small compact SUV like this. This is quite deep though. It's got quite a deep storage area, but I believe this is removable and you can put it right here to flatten it a bit, which is a very nice feature. So underneath here, we've got quite a lot of storage space as well, and you can store your charger here. That's for the flat tire system, your warning kit, all that stuff. These seats are foldable as well. You can fold them down. There are anchor points for the ISOFIX child chairs, and this little cover here make sure that you get a bit of privacy for your boot space. Okay, so this is the back space. You can see I've taken the cover off, and from the back you can actually access these seats like so, fold them down. So you have a really nice and large storage space for your large items. I guess the only downside is you have a gap here from the bottom of the back boot to the back of the seat. But again, you can move this up to create a flatter bed for your larger items.
Yeah,
so,
that's a lot flatter like that.
So that's a really nice feature of the car.
Yep. Alright everyone, so we're going to show you under the bonnet of the MG ZS EV as well. If I can get the latch, there we go. Oh, it's quite a hefty bonnet, very heavy actually, which is great. So you can see the controllers for the battery and the motor in here, which is really cool. There's actually quite a lot of space in here. I'm sure you can buy an aftermarket kit that allows you to convert this into a frunk as well. You can see the accessory battery and all the different fluids and all the things that you can top up in the car as well. It looks like it's quite a nice design. It's a pretty neat design, and everything is fairly compact as well, which is good to see. There's a lot of room around the whole engine bay. Alright everyone, please join me on the interior of the MG ZS EV. So you can see straight away that there's quite a large touchscreen right in the middle here, and it's a really nice to use touchscreen. The graphics are very clear, it's very bright, the quality is really good, and the display is really good. You can see it being integrated with Google Maps here. The other great thing I like about this car is that you actually get physical buttons for the climate control and a few other functions, and they are really good to feel. So you can flip it up, and you can also click it down as well if you want to adjust the fan, for example, or the temperature, for example. So I really like that feature. There is a USB-C slot down here, and also a normal USB slot, and you also get wireless charging with the Essence, but I believe you don't get the wireless charging with the Excite. There's a big central knob for the gear selector, so you can choose between park, which is a push down like this, or reverse, or neutral, or drive, and those are selected by twisting the style here. There's a few other options here, so there's a mode feature, KERS feature, which is your regenerative level, and also something to do with the battery. Not entirely sure what that does yet. So
okay.
we're gonna start the car. So to start the car, you simply need the key, which is in here. It's quite a nice looking key actually. I really like this key.
Yeah, very streamlined look.
Yeah, it's pretty elegant.
Quite sporty.
Yeah, I like it. And then you just press the start-stop button, so everything is completely wireless. You can also use the app actually. What's the app called, Frank?
It's called MG iSmart, I believe.
MG iSmart, the MG iSmart app. Right, so you can locate your vehicle, see your range, lock and unlock, and run some diagnostics on your vehicle, which is really cool to have an app on a vehicle like this as well. So let's have a talk about the central cluster, or the central screen for the driver. I really like the fact that it is very, very clear. It's integrated with the rest of the car. It looks pretty much like a traditional car with some dials on the side there. So that's going to be familiar to a lot of people. And the screen is nice and bright. It's really easy to read. It's really easy to use. And it shows you the battery level right there, which is great. There's a lot of controls on the steering wheel as well. So you've got your audio controls here. Volume up, volume down, mute, skip track, and your call functions down here. And then you've also got the menu selector buttons here, along with a voice command and probably a customizable button on the steering wheel as well. So on the screen, I believe we can choose different functions. So if I press some buttons, hopefully we'll see something happening. Oh, yep, here we go. So we've got some settings that we can choose. We've got tire pressure and the accessory battery voltage. What else can we do? We can look at the motor speed. We can look at the current and the voltage that we're using. So there's quite a lot of information actually in this display. We can change the brightness level and the speed alert for the car. So overall, a very usable and really informative central display.
So down here, there's 3 buttons here. So if you press on the battery button, it actually shows you your range, your battery information. So that's quite handy. So you can always, go into the battery settings or view your battery status through this button right here. There's different modes, which Luan will show you later on.
Yeah, different modes down here in the display here.
Three modes.
Yep, Eco, Normal and Sport, which is
Yep.
pretty common these days. And then we've also got the KERS regen.
Function.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's in the bottom there. So you've got 1, 2, and 3. Yep. So different
3
regen.
levels.
Yeah, different regen levels. All right, so we're going to talk about the safety features of the car as well, and that's accessed through this menu item called MG Pilot. So we have lane assistance or lane keep assist. We've got traffic jam assistance, which is where the car will keep the distance with the car in front of you, so you don't really have to drive the car in a traffic jam, which is quite handy. Front collision avoidance, so it stops you from running into other cars. Pedestrian automatic braking. Rear driving assistance, so that's blind spot detection, rear cross traffic alert, lane change assistance. So it's basically monitoring what's happening behind you, making sure you don't run into other cars. We've also got speed assistance, so it detects speed signs and it's able to tell you what the speed limit is. And then we've got the towing mode as the last mode as well.
So it's fully loaded with safety features, isn't it?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of safety features for sure.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
Yeah, lots of technology.
We've got nice big couple of cup holders right here, and a very deep storage space to put your smaller stuff. And next to the door, there's nice large space, nice glove box right here. I like this feature where you have like a handle right here. That's quite nice.
Are you going to use that later when I drive?
Yeah, I think so. Hey, if you go, crazy and off-road one, I'll have to hold on to my dear life. I'll have to hold on to this. Otherwise, it's got a nice panoramic glass roof. The area of this glass roof is actually quite large. Very amazing. Brings a lot of light into the car, which is very, very nice. So you don't feel very, claustrophobic in here.
Can we actually open it?
You can close this.
You can close the blind.
The blinds. Yeah. Okay.
Can we open the roof?
And open. And
Oh
the
yeah!
roof is
Wow.
openable.
Oh wow!
And it's a very large opening too.
Yeah, it's really big.
This is really great. You almost feel like you're in a convertible.
Yeah. Can we go outside?
Yeah,
I'm now outside.
That's really good, isn't it?
Wow.
You got this windbreaker here, just to reduce some of the wind noise. Yeah, it's great. And open and close really easily.
It's nice and quick as well.
So let's go to the back and see what the back seat looks like. So we're inside the back. So it's quite good. Got decent headroom. The leg room is quite good. It's got plenty of leg room. And the floor is fairly flat. So for the third person sitting in the center, it's still reasonably comfortable. Pretty nice. Also, you've got ISOFIX points for the child seats. Alright, hi everyone. So we're inside the MG and we're going for a quick drive and show you our impressions of this vehicle. And we're using the onboard navigation here.
Yep.
Seems pretty good.
It's really responsive. I like the touchscreen. It's really nice actually, nice to use. And the navigation actually works really well.
The rear sensor and parking and the rear camera seems to be working quite well.
Yep.
Very good. You've got 360-degree view of the vehicle, so you're always pretty safe.
Yeah. I feel like the car rolls a little bit over the bumps and in corners.
It does. Rolls a little bit, and the The suspension seems a little bit busy when you're going over, rolling perfections. But still a very comfortable car though.
Yeah, still a really comfortable daily car. I'm really impressed that this car is the cheapest EV that you can buy brand new.
Oh, is it?
I believe
right
so.
now on the market.
Well, the cheapest one that you would actually buy with
wow.
a decent amount of range.
Okay.
So the fact that it has so many different features and it drives really well and it rides really well, I'm actually really impressed with this car. And it looks great as well. That's kind of what you want with an EV. You want something that just looks like a normal car, looks like a normal SUV, and I think this car achieves that as well.
The initial torque is really good.
Yeah, it's got a good pickup. Yeah, for sure.
got a very good pickup, and it's an electrical vehicle, so the torque is there instantly.
Yep, I think it uses the 130 kilowatts really well. So it's got 130 kilowatts and 280 Newton meters, and it's front wheel drive. But as a daily sort of everyday
family car,
family EV, I think it works really well. So I'm quite happy about that. It's really quiet in here as well. The first thing we noticed when we jumped in was how quiet it was and how isolated you are from the rest of the road noise and the rest of the road. And you don't really hear much noise coming from the outside. So I think they've done a really good job to have that sort of premium quality feel about the car.
Yes, it's amazing. Like we were at close to a construction site, and we couldn't hear any of the construction noises outside when you're inside the car.
Yeah, as soon as we jumped in the car, it was really quiet. It was actually a really calming environment. So again, that's really good for a daily sort of car. You want something that's comfortable and quiet, and really easy to drive.
The gauge cluster is very nice. I like the graphics, and it's quite clear. It's got your 0 to 100% throttle indicator right there. So you press down the throttle, it'll show you how much power you're getting from the motor, which that is quite nice. So in I guess in a combustion engine, that will be the revs, I guess. And this is showing the power, which is quite good.
Yeah. It's a really fun gauge actually, and I like the fact that they've added that in because that kind of gives you a little bit of a parallel with a normal combustion engine as well. So yeah, it's quite nice to have a little feature like that.
The steering wheel is not very light actually, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's quite heavy. Right?
It's a heavy steering rack. Not as light as some of the other EVs we've tried. Which is a nice thing. Gives you a bit more, I guess, feedback, and it's nicely weighted too. It's not too heavy, but just nicely weighted. Yeah, the throttle response is so sharp. So right now we're in normal mode, and the curves regen. Let's go to 1. So I believe this should be the most comfortable setting of the car.
The least regen.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it feels really normal, like a combustion engine car.
It feels really natural.
Yeah, it doesn't give you that pull after you lift off the throttle. And if we increase the curves regen to 2, yeah, you can straight away feel the pull of the car once you lift off the throttle, trying to regenerate power.
Yeah, it's like you're putting on a bit of braking power as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you go to curve 3,
oh wow, that's actually quite strong.
the generation, the pulling force is actually quite strong.
It is very strong.
Yeah. I really like the regen, the curves function on this car. It feels less intrusive and less sudden, the pull.
It's quite smooth.
Than some of the other cars that we tried. As you said, very smooth.
It doesn't kick in straight away.
Exactly.
Right?
That's very, very good, especially for daily driving. Feels much more natural. So let's try the sport mode. So that's eco and sport. Okay, and let's give it a go. Oh, it picks up pretty decent.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty decent.
Wow, that's actually pretty quick.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like more than 130 kilowatts.
Right, and once you lift up the throttle and you press it down again, the power is there instantly.
Yep.
Very nice.
Really zippy.
Very great to drive in the city. a lot of torque.
Oh, gee, that's quite a lot of torque actually.
Pulls you along really nicely.
Wow. Very nice.
Let's try the eco mode. Oh, so eco mode, you can straight away feel it just gives you a bit less power, and the throttle response is less instant, which is, you know, more comfortable to drive, I guess.
Much more comfortable.
Yeah. And the dial actually changes to a green color once you're in eco mode.
So yeah, Frank, that was a really cool drive. That was really interesting. Great to be able to test a car like this. You know, one of the most affordable EVs that you can actually buy with over 300 kilometers of range. I felt like the car was really nice. I really like the look of the car. What do you think?
It's great. It looks amazing. I like the design of it, especially the shark mouth in the front. It just looks very amazing. Yeah, really great car to look at.
Great color as well.
Great color as well, exactly. Yeah. It's also packed with a lot of safety features. It's amazing for a family car like this. I think the most important thing is safety. So with all these tech and safety features that comes with this car, it's a great value for, you know, what you're paying for.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the fit and finish is really good. You know, the panel gaps and the outside, it looks great. There's really no issues that we can see. The interior fit and finish is really good as well. The materials, you know, could be a little bit better, but you know, you are only paying less than $50,000 for this car, and if you include the clean car discount, that's only $42,000 for a brand new EV that does over 300 kilometers of range. So that's really amazing. The Excite is the base model, and the Essence has a few more features like we said before, and the Essence is about $4,000 extra. So you're not actually paying a lot extra for all those other features as well, so that's really nice.
It's a great package, great value package for this type of vehicle, isn't it?
Yeah. I think a lot of people should consider this car as their sort of daily family electric vehicle. And I think it's great that MG has come into the market and created all these different options for us as well. So they're definitely changing the market a little bit in terms of, you know, how much people are paying for these cars. So thanks for joining us again on this awesome review. And we will see you next time on another episode of Sunday Morning Drives.
See ya.